Good afternoon and welcome to Thunderbird Stadium here at the University of British Columbia, where today Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 host visitors Reno 1868 FC. Hello, I'm Brendan Batchelor. Thanks for joining me. I'll have the call of today's match alongside Canadian international and Whitecaps FC defender David Edgar. It is a tale of teams trending in two different directions. Reno coming off a record-setting 9-0 victory over LA Galaxy 2, while Whitecaps FC 2 are winless in their last 6 and looking to get back in the win column here today. Let's take a look at the players to watch, and we'll start with Dane Kelly for the visitors from Reno, a lethal finisher, 13 goals in 15 matches this season, so you know he's going to be a threat to score here today. For the home side, Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2, the keeper Sean Melvin coming off a 1-0 loss to Swope Park Rangers in the midweek, but he had a great performance, making 5 saves, a couple of them remarkable, and they may have to lean on him here this afternoon again against Reno. On the other side, we'll have the starting 11s for both clubs and the opening kickoff here from Thunderbird Stadium.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The national anthems in the books, and under bright afternoon sunlight here at UBC's Thunderbird Stadium, we get you set for Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 and Reno 1868 FC. Brendan Batchelor back with you, joined now by David Edgar as we get you set for the opening kickoff coming up in moments. And let's start by taking a look at the starting 11s for both of these clubs here as we see some young fans enjoying some pitch side activity. Reno 1868 coming off a 9-0 win, a USL record victory over LA Galaxy 2, and they've got lots of goals in their side.
Yeah, they're going to have plenty of confidence, and they've got that strike partnership who are proving pretty lethal at the minute, so it'll be a tough one for the Whitecaps too today to keep them at bay.
We talked about Dane Kelly, 13 goals. Antoine Hopino, 6 goals as well. 9 of the 10 outfield players for Reno have a goal this season, so they can score, and they can score in bunches. For Whitecaps FC 2, only 4 changes from Wednesday's 1-0 loss to Swope Park Rangers. Dominic Zator, Will Seymour, Thomas Gardner, and Meyer Bevan in. Bevan did come on as a substitute on Wednesday, but he will make his second start for Whitecaps FC 2 up front in the 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yeah, Bevan looks sharp, and like you say, he came on the other day, and he looks lively up front, and he'll need the delivery from Marcos Bustos and Tommy Gardner on the wings.
Ian Russell, the head coach for Reno, again 9 goals in their last match, so they will not lack any offensive confidence this afternoon. Rich Fagan's side winless in their last 6, and they need something positive to build off of.
They do, and they've a good crowd out here today, so they'll be raring to go. Raring to go on a nice Saturday afternoon.
As the wind whips across the pitch here, which will help the heat down at field level, as it is a very sunny afternoon. Whitecaps FC 2, the home side, in the white shirts, white shorts, white socks. You see them on the right of your screen there. Reno 1868 FC in all blue kits will oppose them. Sean Melvin, who we talked about, had the 5-save performance in the 1-0 loss to Swope Park on Wednesday, in all black this afternoon, while Matt Bersano, the keeper for Reno, in all yellow, and albeit a 1-0 loss, positive for Sean Melvin. He had to make a couple of big stops. He saw lots of action, and for the 23-year-old Victoria native, it's got to be something he can try to build off of going forward.
For sure, and again, a run of games will do him a world of good. He came off some wonderful saves on Wednesdays, and he'll be looking to produce more of the same today.
The officials for the match this afternoon, the referee is Alain Rook. The assistant referees, Jasmine Parr and Candice Brown. Michelle Pye is our fourth official, as it will be Dane Kelly, who will get us underway in moments. 62 goals, the all-time leader in USL scoring in the modern USL. And as mentioned, 13 goals from 15 matches. You can count on him scoring on most occasions, and the visitors will hope that he can find the back of goal again here this afternoon as Reno get us underway here early in our first half. Matt LaGrassa in midfield. Pressure from the Whitecaps up the park, and they win the ball. Here's Bustos in the box. Darting forward, gets it in towards Bevan, got a touch on it, and then a rash challenge there. Ball still bouncing around. Whitecaps can't knock it in. And now it's pounded out off of Bustos for a goal kick, but that was a lively start from Vancouver, getting forward and very nearly scoring.
Yeah, good pressing there from Marcos Bustos. Wins it, gets the ball across. It couldn't quite get the final touch on there, Bevan, but does well to get in that position. See Bustos there. Just a bit of a scramble.
McKendry following up there was taken down by LaGrassa, who must have got a bit of the ball. Did look like he slid in from behind, but no penalty decision from our match referee. But a bright start for the Whitecaps, something they'll look to build off of going forward. Declan Wynn. Ball forward towards the edge of the area, knocked out by Brenton Griffiths. Wynn making his 11th start of the season in the left back position. Good throw in there. Bevan protecting the ball in the box, gets it out to Wynn. Played it into the middle of the park. No teammates there on the end of it. And then Will Seymour goes sliding in on Christopher Weehan. And a ticking off from the referee, but not a booking.
Yeah, he's not going to book him this early. To me, it didn't. I haven't seen the replay. It didn't look much in it. Looked like a great tackle to me, but the referee's seen something different and given it.
Another look here. As you mentioned, awfully early to give a booking. And another free kick, this time in the attacking half for Reno. The visitors currently sit fourth in the Western Conference. 7 victories from 15 matches. Whitecaps FC 2 in 12th on the outside of the playoff picture, looking in. So a win today against an opponent higher in the standings would do them a world of good. The play is going to be brought back here. Reno trying to take a quick throw in on the far side. Won't be allowed. I think there were a couple of balls in play there. And if the first few minutes have been any indication, this could be an entertaining matchup this afternoon. Luis Felipe plays it ahead now. It's in the box and cleared away. Felipe gets it again, tried to hit it. A bit of a half volley, but snatched at the chance. Both sides looking dangerous offensively. Nick von Niederhausen unable to handle the ball on the near side touchline. It goes out for a Whitecaps throw in again. Von Niederhausen there. Across. And just too far for Christopher Weehan to turn that into a chance. Battle for the ball in the middle of the park. Luis Felipe down the right flank. Tracked closely by Declan Wynn. David Norman Jr. back to help out. And they win the ball. Matt LaGrassa whips it across. Marco Bustos thought he might have had a chance to intercept the pass, but unable. And now Sean Melvin has the ball again.
frantic couple minutes to start the game off. Both teams just need to settle it down a little bit, get the ball on the ground.
And particularly in this heat, you know that this pace can't keep up for the entire 90 minutes.
I say it every time when I'm out here. It's an extra 10, 15 degrees hotter on the field because of the AstroTurf, but
you can see how bright it is. The sun shining up off it on the camera. Long ball forward towards Dane Kelly. Can't bring it down with Dominic Zator challenging, but he does win a corner kick for Reno, the first of the match.
Yeah, Reno seem happy to play that ball in behind to Kelly, who's a willing runner. Obviously, he's got that eye for goal, so the two center backs will have to be on their toes all game.
It will be Seth Kasipley to take the corner kick. 23-year-old from San Diego. With his right foot. Headed away. Flat challenge on Bustos. He goes flying to the floor after the collision with Kasipley, who won't be booked. But it will be a Vancouver free kick. DeVries back for Melvin. Heavy collision as we see it again. Good crowd here in attendance at Thunderbird this afternoon. Of course, the Whitecaps holding their fan fest at the match today. All the MLS season ticket members had tickets to this match, and the full MLS side is here signing autographs as well. A tour of the new training center available for fans after the match too.
Yeah, that'd be good if anyone can get out and see it. It's, like I said before, it's a fantastic facility, and it's good to see all the boys here mingling with the fans and the kids and signing some autographs and playing some games. So
0-0 on the pitch, albeit early days yet. 7th minute, and half chances for both sides. Could mean a high-scoring affair here this afternoon, although we said the same about the midweek game against Swope Park Rangers that finished a 0-0 for Swope Park. A goal by Carlton Belmar, a second-half substitute, separating the sides on that occasion. And as mentioned, a Vancouver team now that is looking for wins and looking for positives as the season ticks on into mid-July. They still only have 4 victories to their name.
Really struggled for consistency this season. Play really well, and the next game not so well. It's been a tough one for them, but like I say, with this young group of players, it's a learning curve and takes little things from each game.
We've talked about it in the past too. Sometimes when you never have the same starting 11 and you have players out with injury and coming down on loan from MLS, going up to join the MLS side, it's hard to find that consistency when you're not playing with the same guys every match.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for the players. It's tough for the coaching staff in terms of Rich Fagan doesn't know which players will be with the first team, who he's getting from the first team, and he wants to accommodate those players while also developing his young players as well. So it's a tough one, but it's the nature of the beast of this league at the minute.
Some changes in the last week as well. Sim DeVitt transferred to FC Cincinnati. A veteran presence in the back four that is no longer there. Francis DeVries wearing the captain's armband this afternoon alongside Dominic Zator in the center of defense.
I'm looking forward to seeing Francis. He had that knee injury and he's been out for a while, but before that he was doing very well and getting loads of confidence.
Among the team leaders in clearances and interceptions prior to going down with that injury.
Yeah, he reads the game very well in terms of stepping in and winning challenges without having to go to ground, and really enjoyed seeing him play before his injury.
David Norman with an interception in midfield. Reno back in possession with Christopher Weehan. Played out wide to Von Niederhauser. Rolled ahead, but Felipe couldn't get a touch on that. And throw in for Whitecaps FC 2. Again, as I mentioned, Nick von Niederhausen, he was listed at left back coming into the match, but he's playing on the right side, at least to begin here. The only player in the team, other than goalkeeper Matt Bersano, who has not scored this season. And another 6 players have more than 1 goal. Dane Kelly, of course, with his 13. A key to their offensive success. They've got a chance to break forward here. Matt LaGrassa plays it to Kelly on the right side, but the offside flag is up on the near touchline. That'll be brought back.
I think he was just off there. Declan Wynn getting back in position. No real danger. Neither side really taking control at the minute.
Interesting as well, the Wednesday match against Swope Park was a VAR match, a video assistant referee. Didn't have to be used at all. But as that development continues to progress in the world of soccer, and now here with the USL testing it out and MLS getting set to implement it, could change the game pretty dramatically, or maybe not so dramatically, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, there's different opinions on that. I'm kind of in the middle at the minute with that. I think it'll change the game a lot, but that's the way the game's going, the way the world's going at the minute with all the technology. So it's only a matter of time before it was coming.
And I think it'll probably be a process of trying to streamline it to make sure it doesn't take up too much time.
I think that's the main concern in terms of time consumption and stopping the game so much and whatnot. But like I say, they'll find a way to make it work right.
As of right now, only a few scenarios that they use it for, and really game-changing situations like goals or straight red cards, penalty decisions.
Yeah, the big ones.
We'll have a free kick just inside the Whitecaps' half. And after that frenetic pace of the first few minutes, things have sort of settled in here as we near a quarter of an hour gone. Von Niederhausen. Good ball forward. Running onto it down the near touchline to Christopher Weehan, sends it into the box and back to clear that away. But off the sidelines for a throw-in was Will Seymour. Von Niederhausen with it again. Gets around Thomas Gardner, plays that into the area. And DeVries tries to clear, sends it high in the air though, and Gardner has to hold off Von Niederhausen. Whitecaps can clear, but aren't able to escape their own half. Although an errant pass there from LaGrassa will gift them a throw and possession yet again.
Whitecaps fullbacks will have to be on their toes as well, because Weehan's looking to make that third man run as the wingers pull the Whitecaps' 2 fullbacks inside. So the midfielders will have to pass him on or stay with the runner. Weehan's looking to get in behind there.
Von Niederhausen has been very active on the right flank as well, getting forward and whipping a couple of crosses in, though only one so far has been dangerous, I would say. Potentially plenty more to come from him. Brenton Griffiths, 26-year-old Jamaican, playing in the center of defense, gets the ball forward. As Reno look to play out from the back, Matt LaGrassa with the ball at his feet. For Von Niederhausen again. Quickly played ahead for Dane Kelly, dispossessed by Declan Wynn. Thomas Gardner in there to help out as well. Now DeVries plays it over the top towards Bevan. Missed him. Good challenge by Gardner, who was taken down by Von Niederhausen. Did well to win the ball and draw the foul. And the Whitecaps can try and turn the momentum a little bit and get back on the front foot.
Good pressing there from Gardner to win it back and draw the free kick. But that ball from DeVries has to be dropped into Meyer Bevan's chest if the Whitecaps want to get up the field. He's not going to battle and win it as much as, say, a big man like Thomas Sander. He needs it into his chest so he can play off.
Good run by Declan Wynn, trying to cut back. Does play it to Gardner, whose pass into the box intended to be in the direction of Bevan. Misses him, and Sean Melvin will come out to the edge of the area to play the ball ahead for Dominic Zator. Bevan runs onto the ball up the right side, waiting for some teammates to join him in the attack. Tried to play it back to Seiler. Instead, it's through to Will Seaman. Zator, the ball forward. Bevan will bring it down, but is called for a foul. Bevan, a different sort of striker in comparison to Thomas Sander. Can play with the ball at his feet a little more lively in terms of his pace.
Yeah, he's sharp. He's good on the ball. I saw him train with the first team this week, and he looked lively. So see what he can bring to the game here. Different, like I say, a different dynamic for the Whitecaps going forward.
As Sander, a bigger man that provides a different element in terms of being able to play with the ball in the air and head the ball and provide that physical presence as well.
Yeah, big Thomas Sander almost needs a Meyer Bevan playing off him. And if you're going to play with the two up top, it'd be a good partnership.
Just the one up top this afternoon. Bevan's still looking for his first goal with Whitecaps FC 2. Only making his second start with the team today, after making his debut back on June 24th against OKC. Of course, signed with Whitecaps 2 just before going off to the Under-20 World Cup. He started in all 4 matches for his native New Zealand and scored a pair against Honduras. The Whitecaps win a corner kick here after that cross goes off a defender and across the end line.
It's better from the Whitecaps there. If they can't get it down one side, they came out the other side and switched it and got themselves a corner. So hopefully see David Norman can put in a good delivery that we're used to from him.
Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com, as it'll be Norman. Left-footed corner kick and a high arcing ball headed towards goal by Zator, but out to claim it was Matt Bersano, the keeper. Bersano, 24 years old, from Chandler, Arizona, on loan from San Jose Earthquakes, with Reno at the minute. And Whitecaps back in possession in their own half. 18th minute, if you are just joining us, as you can see, 0-0. Reno 1868 FC taking on Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2. Brendan Batchelor and David Edgar with you. And as I said off the top, it is a tale of teams trending in different directions. 9-0. Reno won their last match over LA Galaxy 2, a USL record victory, while the Whitecaps are looking for their first win after going winless in their last 6. Reno into the attack again. Kelly, edge of the area, left-footed strike, blocked away well by Zator. Darting forward was Brent Richards, but lost the ball, and the Whitecaps trying to counter. Meyer Bevan getting forward. Ball was broken up, but a throw in as we could see this match open up again a little bit.
Yeah, Reno want to play. They want to play through the Whitecaps 2 here. Small, intricate passing, but they're throwing numbers forward, and the Whitecaps, it's on for the counterattack if they get the ball in, and the quality of the passing going forward needs to be a bit better, but the counterattack's on.
Whitecaps have done a good job defending the Reno attack thus far. Although Dane Kelly does provide that ever-present threat. And I can imagine you may be able to speak from experience in this regard, that when you have a player like that in your side, it brings up the confidence of everyone on the park.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been watching him. He just drifts. He's not so much in one position for a long time. He just drifts, and that's the hardest part for us, for the center backs, always knowing where he is, because he's taking up good positions. And someone who's got loads of confidence in front of goal, you've got to be on your toes.
Von Niederhauser gets the ball and sends it out wide for Felipe. Luis Felipe Fernandez plays it back for Brenton Griffiths. He'll switch it across to that far touchline for Kasipli. But Reno forced to play it back into their own half again. Here's LaGrassa getting forward. Ball to the feet of Hopino, cutting in. Snatched at the chance, though, and Melvin's there to claim it.
Good passage of play that from Reno there. They were happy to keep it at the back, switch a play, and then when the time was right, they threaded through the midfield. So good stuff from them at the minute.
Kevin called for a foul there as he got tangled up with Jordan Merle, one of the two center backs for Reno, a Canadian actually, born in London, England, but it has played international football for Canada at the under 18, under 20, and under 23 levels.
Good goalkeeping there from Sean Melvin on his toes. Come out the right time.
Whitecaps win a throw-in again on the near touchline. Seymour trying to switch the field. That's intercepted by Kasipli in midfield. This could be dangerous. Hopino in the area, and a nice save by Melvin. That'll be out for a corner kick, but Sean Melvin, who made 5 saves on Wednesday, is called into action in the first half and is equal to the task there.
Yeah, Sean Melvin bails his teammate out there, Will Seymour, who tries to switch a play and gets cut off. That square pass is really dangerous when you're stretched like that, but Sean Melvin comes up with a big save.
Whitecaps will have to defend the corner kick now, to be taken by Christopher Weehan. A header well wide of the goal from Brent Richards will be a goal kick for Whitecaps FC 2. Sean Melvin actually just celebrated his 23rd birthday on July the 9th. Hasn't seen a ton of USL action this year. This is his 6th start. Just over 80% in terms of save percentage tells you that he has been a shot stopper this year, albeit in limited viewing.
He's done well every time I've seen him play. The Whitecaps too are lucky to have 2 competent goalkeepers in Spencer Ritchie and Sean Melvin to back up their back 4.
David Norman having to contend with Weehan. Wins a free kick and will spray it across the park for Seiler, who's pressured by Kasipli, and will concede a throw-in. Now headed on. Here's Hopino again, darting towards the area. Flag is up, offside on the near touchline as Melvin came out to grab the ball. Whitecaps on their heels a little bit at the moment. Would like to turn the tide, and a free kick in the attacking half will potentially allow them to do just that.
I think the Whitecaps too, midfield need to get on the ball a little bit more and be a bit more dominant. I think they're being outplayed in the midfield at the minute.
Good cross in by Wynn, but rising to grab it was Bersano, the keeper. Reno have men forward again. The likes of Ben McKendry, Marco Bustos have yet to have a dramatic impact on this match, and those are the players that you really want to be pushing you forward through the middle of the park, assisting Bevan in the attack.
Yeah, there's plenty of experience for those boys in USL and up with the first team, training, playing. You need them to take the game by the scruff of the neck and really help the young boys along next to them. But at the minute, it's LaGrassa and Weehan controlling that midfield for Reno.
Openo again, darting down that left side. Good tackle by Zator to win the ball. And Seiler can send a long ball over the top for Meyer Bevan. Bevan giving Jordan Merle, fits down that far touchline, but gives away the throw. And we've seen that a couple of times, the long ball over the top targeting Bevan. He just hasn't been able to bring many of them in. Not necessarily because of him either, just not the accuracy in the pass that you would like.
No, you're right. I mean, Meyer Bevan's willing to run in behind there. He's chasing things down. But when he turns, he's got not a white shirt within 30 yards of him, so he needs that help. He needs players to get up and help him if he's willing to make those runs.
Either that or you have to play through midfield rather than trying to go over the top. And with players like McKendry and Bustos and Gardner, that may be the key to success as opposed to treating Bevan as a target man.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me that's the way to play, and then your outlet is that longer ball if need be. But can we get on the ball and start playing a bit more? I'm sure Rich Fagan's thinking the same thing.
Forward into the attacking third now. As they'll try to create something. Here's Bustos with some space. Plays it across for Declan Wynn, who's got all sorts of room to get forward. For Gardner, out wide for Wynn again. Cuts it back. David Norman with a chance, and it's blocked away for a corner kick. The best opportunity for Whitecaps FC 2. And it will result in a corner kick as well. But great work to find Wynn, who had all sorts of space down that left side to whip it in.
Yeah. Declan Wynn doing what he does best there, getting down the wing, getting across in. Almost a bit too much pace on the pullback, but right idea, and that's better from the Whitecaps too here.
Now look at that replay, and I think that Norman shot might have been destined for the back of the goal had it not been blocked. Corner kick doesn't result in anything immediately, but here's Thomas Gardner getting forward again. Whitecaps can't control possession at the edge of the area, and Marco Bustos will try to keep the attack on. Seymour and Seiler trying to work the ball up that right side. Seymour loses possession though, and it's given right back to David Norman. Gardner, Wynn with the overlapping run. Gardner spots it. McKendry. Back for Will Seymour, then across to Seiler on that right side. Seiler going to send the cross in. Was tipped. Bevan tried to chest it towards goal, but it ended up wide of the target.
It's better from the Whitecaps there. Keeping the ball, being patient, moving from side to side. Almost getting something there from Cole Seiler's cross, but can be even more patient, in my opinion, and just keep the ball, slow the tempo back, and speed it up when you decide.
And Bersano will take his time with the goal kick here as Reno want to prevent the Whitecaps from building off that last passage of play. But Bustos will have a throw in. Whitecaps with 6 Canadians in the starting 11 today. As Bevan again on that far touchline controls the ball. Plays it back for Seiler, then for Norman, and all the way for Dominic Zator. Wynn and Seymour try to work up the side, the near side rather, and Kelly with a challenge on Zator, who is going to be hobbled a little bit after Wynn conceded possession there, or very nearly gifted a chance to Dane Kelly.
Really careful with those cross-field passes, especially hit the pack. Zator does well to get across and takes one in the shin after.
You could argue Kelly maybe deserved a booking there. But did not receive one from match referee Alain Roux. Now here's a good chance forward. Marco Bustos down the right side. He's got Bevan in the middle. McKendry getting forward as well. Bustos going to try and run it in for Bevan, edge of the area. Blue shirts all around and look to play it through for McKendry, but just intercepted. And as we talked about just a couple minutes ago, seems like the plan has changed from the Whitecaps playing out of midfield as DeVries has trouble with a header there. Melvin has to come out of his box to clear it away. As I was saying, it seems like the plan has changed, and Whitecaps playing with the ball at their feet through midfield have had some more promising opportunities over the last couple of minutes. Von Niederhauser across. Headed out by Seiler, and a corner kick for Reno as we tick into the 31st minute of the match.
Yeah, there was good work there from Marcos Bustos, getting it into Bevan's feet, who does well to hold it up at the edge of the box and almost gets a through pass to, I believe, it was Tommy Gardner. But better work there.
Now to defend the corner kick. Good header away from David Norman. McKendry back, battling for the ball. Kelly with a handball in midfield as he looked to turn back towards the Whitecaps goal. And Vancouver will try and get forward. Seymour instead, being watched closely by Kelly, plays it back for Melvin. Marco Bustos. For Dominic Zator, the Calgarian central defender for Whitecaps 2. Trying to help them play ahead. Bustos gives away a throw-in again. And here's Kelly trying to take on DeVries. Seiler in to help out. Kelly cuts it back. Cross headed just wide of goal. Dangerous there from Reno. As that was Christopher Weehan just sending it wide of that near side post.
And there's Weehan in the box again. Like I said before, he's not afraid to get forward and help out his strikers. Just narrowly misses from that header. It's a good little glancing header, actually.
Weehan signed by Reno back on March the 8th. California native out of the University of New Mexico. Felipe for Von Niederhauser. Infield for Hopino, who collides heavily with Seymour and goes down under the challenge. Felipe will take the free kick quickly for Von Niederhauser. Try to pass ahead, but was dealt with by Declan Wynn. But as we are past the half-hour mark now, we've seen a lot more of the play in the Whitecaps half here, and that's something they'll hope to change. Dane Kelly for Hopino, back for Kelly. Does he have a chance to strike it at goal? Tried to turn the corner on Wynn, lost possession, goal kick. And you see, even though he hasn't scored this afternoon, why Dane Kelly can be such a threat. He's a very calm and collected player who looks dangerous on the ball and off it as well.
And he's got that real sharp change of pace. He slows down as he faces the defender up, and then he's got that burst of pace to get past him, which is really difficult to defend against.
Free kick and a spot to try and create a chance for Reno. Weehan looks like he's going to take it. Indeed, he's the lone player standing behind the ball. Trying to whip it into the box with his right foot, and it's touched just wide of the net by Jordan Merle, the center back. Matt LaGrassa was there at the back post to try and get a piece of it as well, but it rolls out for the goal kick, but that was definitely a dangerous chance, as Merle just missed right in front of goal.
First thought there was the keeper has to come out, but seeing the replay, Sean Melvin almost does the right thing. He looks to come out and changes his mind and stays, but just needed a slightest of touch. That would have been in the back of the net.
Brenton Griffiths nearly lost his footing going back for the ball. Had he done so, Meyer Bevan would have been home free with only the keeper to beat. Griffiths did recover, though. The Whitecaps playing out from the back again. Declan Wynn to Marco Bustos. Bustos, 5 goals in 6 matches in USL this season. The only match he hasn't scored in was the Wednesday 1-0 loss to Swope Park. So he has been pretty consistent for Vancouver. Good clearance by DeVries with Dane Kelly looking to get forward. Now Merle for Von Niederhausen again. As he sprints up the right side of the pitch, plays it infield for Felipe. There's Felipe. Long ball towards Openo, but it goes through to the keeper, Sean Melvin, instead. Cole Seiler over the top. Gardner running onto it this time. Can he bring the ball in? He's rolled offside. Flag up on the far touchline. As this time it was Gardner instead of Bevan up front there. Whitecaps continue to try and test the back four with those balls over the top.
Still like to see the Whitecaps midfielder get on it, the 3 in midfield get on it a bit more. I mean, it's always people watching from the outside think that the defenders should play more and give it to the midfielders, but midfielders have to make that movement.
Seiler in towards Bevan, rose to head it. Couldn't knock it goalwards, but a corner kick for Whitecaps FC2 and a chance to try and create something yet again as Bevan and Griffiths both went up for it. And it'll be David Norman Jr. High ball towards the back post, headed down by Zator and just wide. DeVries was in the vicinity as well. As you get the big boys at the back forward to try and help out on a set piece. Nothing comes from it, though. As we get closer to the halftime break, we remind you that you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. Mondays at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, that is, on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Don't forget as well, Sirius XM FC airs the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Throwing for the Whitecaps deep in their own half. Good job by McKendry to clear, and Bevan will look to run onto the ball. And Dane Kelly tried to pass to Kasipley. They didn't connect. Whitecaps again with the ball over the top. Bevan can't get there. And there is lots of space at the minute on the near side of the park if they can switch play. Bustos again forward. They're trying to target Bevan. And that time it was cut out by Griffiths, or rather Merle.
Everything just seems a bit forced from the Whitecaps to them, and it's forcing little passes.
Frustrated in midfield.
Yeah, just put your foot on the ball and keep it for a little bit and make Reno move.
Bustos fights through a tackle there. Now it is out wide onto the near side for Wynn in space. Wynn, nice pass to David Norman. He'll play it back out wide, but a little bit of a heavy foot there and a roll out. Did look positive, though. It was a good move.
Yeah, good position picked up from David Norman there, but final product just let him down.
Norman is the lone player in the match this afternoon on accumulation warning. So a yellow card would earn him a ban. As Bustos plays the ball through out wide to Declan Wynn. Flags up though, offside. That did look positive again, and they are finding Wynn down the near side. He's been able to play a couple of crosses in, and he has looked dangerous. That time, couldn't time his run perfectly.
Yeah, just caught offside there. I personally thought that the right pass for Marcos Bustos would have been Cole Seiler, who was getting on his bike and was looking to get round there.
Be pleased that as of yet they haven't conceded against such a high-scoring team in Reno. And now here's David Norman on the counter. Just dispossessed by Merrill at the edge of the area. Whitecaps back with it though. Norman for McKendry. Played it back into midfield. No one there. And now a long ball towards Dane Kelly, who will bring it down. Kelly darts to the edge of the box. Pass forward for Weehan, who couldn't turn that into anything. Plays it to Felipe, then gets it back now for Labrasa.
Good defending there from Cole Seiler, who stayed with Weehan the entire way across the box and couldn't get that shot off because he stayed with him.
Open up, trying to spot Weehan with a ball towards him. Melvin gets it instead. Whitecaps back with him. Only a few minutes left in normal time in the first half. Tommy Gardner near side for Meyer Bevan, of course, to play it back to Wynn. Will Seymour did well to not concede possession, wins the ball back, and now here's Gardner for McKendry with space to run into. Back for Seiler. Sends it out for Marco Bustos. Bustos trying to cut in. Good tackle by Kasipli, stepping in at the right moment to see off the pressure, if only for a moment. Reno, as I mentioned earlier, 4th in the Western Conference. Only 2 points back of Real Monarchs, who are, or excuse me, no, they played 2 less games. They are well back of Real Monarchs, 18 points. Monarchs have 8 points separating them in second place San Antonio FC. 14 wins from 17 matches, only 2 losses. And a plus 23 goal differential tells the story of their dominant season thus far. Reno within striking distance of Swope Park Rangers, who Vancouver lost to on Wednesday. 7 points separate them. Meanwhile, Whitecaps 2 find themselves 6 points behind Tulsa Roughnecks FC for the final playoff spot in the Western Conference as it stands right now. And the tough story for Vancouver is that the majority of teams in the Western Conference have games in hand.
Comes down, like you say before, we're talking about consistency, and you never know if you string a couple games together here, you can climb up the table, but say with those games in hand, and it makes it that extra bit more difficult.
Ball forward towards Hopino. He can't receive it cleanly. Seymour knocks it ahead for Bustos. Nice touch on to McKendry. And here they come. Ben McKendry in midfield, edge of the area. Tried to play it to Bevan. It's knocked away, but Bustos has it. Now Seiler, can he play a cross in? Elects to cut it back to Bustos, again for Seiler. They'll play pass on the far touchline. Gardner with it now. Good job getting ahead. Seiler for Gardner. He's got space and time. Elected not to whip the cross in. Now Seiler will hit it. Bevan looking to head it on, blocked away. Wynn wins the ball. Tried to play a cross in. Good work by David Norman in midfield. He's fouled. And some good hard work from the Whitecaps will earn them a free kick in a good spot. David Norman, Declan Wynn, Cole Seiler, Marco Bustos, all to be credited in that move.
Yeah, especially staying locked in as well. Declan Wynn and David Norman gives the Whitecaps a real chance here in the closing minutes of the first half to get something, whether they put it on target or get it in the box for the big men. See what happens.
Bustos and McKendry standing behind it. You'd expect McKendry to hit it with his right foot and maybe try and go for goal from here.
I think we're going to be looking at a cross here, but I'm not sure, just the way he's set up.
Bustos could hit it with his left. That's exactly what he's going to do. Cross into the back post. Headed away. Seymour with a half volley over the bar by quite a bit.
Great cross from Marco Bustos. Pace on the ball. Over, misses the first man. Just needs someone to get across and have that desire to get in. Get there first and head it in.
It was Seymour again off the half volley, and it just didn't fall for him. Only 1 minute of added time here at the end of the first half, indicated by the fourth official. So the break mere seconds away. As McKendry tries to work it forward up the left side. Throw in for Vancouver. And maybe one last chance here before the halftime whistle to attempt to test Matt Bersano. Bevan looked like he'd won the corner kick, but there's the whistle for halftime. Chances at both ends of the park. Sean Melvin had to be called into action early in the Vancouver goal, but to this point, through 45 minutes, it remains 0-0 between Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 and Reno 1868 FC. In a couple of minutes, we'll be back with the first half highlights from the match this afternoon.
He's on his bike again, Nerwinski. Teixeira away from one. Bodies arriving in the penalty area. Nerwinski with a cross. Reno!
And once you go upstairs, the second level is basically split in two halves. One is the first team half, and then the other is WFC2 and Academy. So it creates a separation and aspirational motivation to move towards the first team side.
first class, man. First class. They thought of everything. And they put me next to a bunch of these Americans in here, so I might need to change that up. Yo hablo español, so... Oh, next to the goalkeeper, that definitely needs to change.
Come on. No, everything is controlled by this locker right here. So every morning you have to come and tell me what list.
So far, it's really nice. The locker room's great. The locker room's really good. Definitely surprised with it. I'm definitely surprised. I'm really happy with it.
It's a European style with a lot of technology, and obviously for us, how the club is taking care of the players, giving us the tools to step every day in training with everything we need is fantastic.
Yeah, very nice.
I've never seen anything like it.
No? See, European style. Like open, you can see face to face.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's not always about wins, losses, draws, added time, missed tackles, clearances, possession, rivalries, goals, and assists. Sometimes it's about the people and the stories that shape them. Introducing the official Whitecaps FC podcast, Sideline Stories. In-depth interviews with your favorite Whitecaps players and personalities, hosted by me, Perry Silkowski. Show your ears some love.
So nerve-wracking.
We are privileged to have from Ghana a member of the Vancouver Whitecaps and who will play on the Canadian national team, which is a wonderful thing as a newly minted Canadian citizen. So I want to pay special welcome to Alphonso Davies. Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Canada.
Really exciting for everybody to see him joining the full men's national team now as a Canadian citizen. So I think we're all very proud of Alphonso. I'm sure his family's very proud.
It's something my parents, they went through, but they didn't make it. So I'm glad that I could do it for them and do it for the family. Coming to Canada is what we were dreaming as a family to get here. Now we're here. That I'm excited that I'm a Canadian citizen.
This citizenship ceremony is now closed.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit usld3.com.
Halftime at Thunderbird Stadium, 0-0. Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 and Reno 1868 FC. As you see members of the Whitecaps first team enjoying a sunny afternoon. David Osted posing for photos there. On the pitch, no goals for either side. Chances both ways, though, as we get into the highlights from our first half. And again, good crowd here in attendance today for the Fan Fest. Spike enjoying the weather as well. As we got underway about 45 minutes ago. And an early chance for the Caps. Marco Bustos winning possession and a good run forward. In towards Bevan, a scramble in front of the goal. Ben McKendry couldn't quite battle that ball across the line. Von Niederhausen the other way for Reno. Scrambled ball into the box. Again, no one able to get a good touch on it. Declan Wynn has had some joy down that left side there. He crossed it into David Norman, whose first time shot blocked over the bar. And then off a free kick, a very near opportunity in front of goal for Jordan Merle. That goes by the wayside, and that was it for opportunities in the first half. Only one shot on target for each side. Whitecaps with the better of the possession, but it remains 0-0 through 45. We'll be back with the second half kickoff in just a moment from UBC.
Learn the Whitecaps way.
Whitecaps FC camps are the only soccer camps that you can train with our coaching staff. Get kitted up.
And take your shot at getting scouted.
Come on out to our next camp.
Meet a player.
Hope to see you there.
0-0 at halftime as we get set to get underway with the second 45. Rich Fagan hoping his team will find the goal that earns them 3 points and brings an end to a 6-match winless run. Some of the young fans in attendance hoping so as well, as it looks like both sides have gone unchanged here to get us underway in the second half. How long it will remain that way remains to be seen, but it is the Whitecaps who will get us underway in possession to start. Brendan Batchelor and David Edgar back with you as the ball will roll through to the keeper, Matt Bersano. Something we haven't had a chance to talk about yet today, but we should get into, is the great performance from the Canadian national team at the Gold Cup. Undefeated through the group stage, moving on to face Jamaica in the quarterfinals. And of course, the name on everyone's lips has been Alphonso Davies for his strong performance and 3 goals in his first couple of matches for the national team.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to watch. I've really kept up to date and kept interested in it on Twitter, and it's been really good to see. I've been really proud of the boys. Proud to be Canadian, I said, and I think it's thoroughly deserved, the way we set up, the way we went about our business. And say Alphonso was fantastic first 2 games and got a little rest last night from a knock, but he'll, from what I've heard, he'll be ready to go for the quarterfinals, and deservedly so. He's playing well and deserves to be in that team.
That match scheduled for Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, now it's knockout stage, so anything can happen, and the boys going into it full of confidence.
As I said on Wednesday, I was lucky enough to be in New Jersey to watch the game against French Guiana last week, and a couple of goals for Alphonso. I could imagine for you it's a mixture of pride and excitement and disappointment that you're not there with them.
Yeah, definitely. I love playing for my country, and just love playing football in general. And it's been difficult at times to watch, but I think the excitement's outweighed the disappointment for me, and just seeing the new generation coming through is just great to see.
And more young Canadians here at the side for Whitecaps FC 2, as well as I mentioned 6 in the starting 11. Remains to be seen whether any of them can make a dent at the national team level in the long term. But that's what development of the game is all about, and Whitecaps have the great residency programs that have developed some local players that you see here today, like David Norman, Ben McKendry, just to name a couple.
Yeah, and Octavio Zambrano is already showing in his short tenure in charge that he's more than willing to give players a chance. I mean, Mark Anthony Kay plays for Louisville, and I thought he was fantastic in his debut the other day. So, I mean, he's out there, he's watching, he knows all the players. We've got a massive player pool now, but he knows everyone, and he sees everything. So these boys just have to keep working hard and impressing, and they'll get a chance.
Cross in, headed away by Seth Kasipli. And it seems anyway, you don't want to heap too much pressure on the young lad, but at 16 years of age, Alphonso Davies could be developing early into a superstar for Canadian soccer, and that's a good thing for the growth of the game as well.
Yeah, it's something Canadian soccer needs, a player like that to really be our focal point. And you know what, he's a good kid, he's very humble, he's got a good head on his shoulders, so he's not going to let this go to his head. He just wants to play football and enjoy it, and that's exactly what he's doing. So it's just really glad he's Canadian.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, here this afternoon at Thunderbird, it's still 0-0. Few half chances in the first half, but nothing out of the top drawer really in terms of opportunities.
You know, I think where the Whitecaps were getting joy when they were pressed high and pressed in numbers, when the front 3 and front 4 got up there and got in the midfielders and the back 4's face. They won it in good areas, so continue to do that, they'll get chances while staying compact at the back. We should be okay here.
Brent Richards under pressure a little bit from Marco Bustos, so played it back to Jordan Merle, a Canadian in his own right, although born in London, England. Long ball forward towards Dane Kelly, trying to cut back in. Good job by Francis DeVries to block away from one of the most dangerous offensive players in USL. We talked about DeVries in the first half, but 22-year-old from Christchurch, New Zealand. Seems like the kind of player at the back that has a high ceiling.
Yeah, like you say, he's willing to learn. I've seen him in and around the first team a couple of times, watching him in the USL, and he's willing to learn. He's asked me a few questions, and obviously I'm willing to help him out with anything he needs. But I've been really impressed with him. He's got a good footballing brain and good intelligence in the game. He reads it very well. So, like you say, he can make a real impact here.
22-year-old wearing the captain's armband. I think speaks volumes.
Yeah, I mean, Rich Fagan said it early in the season how impressed he was with him. That shows he's got the leadership qualities to wear that armband as well.
Hopino forward for Reno, watched by DeVries. Played it into the box, but David Norman Jr. there to clear the danger. Merle across for Von Niederhausen. Ahead for Luis Felipe. Simply out wide for Hopino. Most teams in USL, you would think 6 goals on the season would be enough to be leading your team at this point, but Hopino remains 7 goals behind Dane Kelly.
It's pretty impressive stat from Dane Kelly. He hasn't had too many opportunities today, but he's working hard and he's looking for the right position. So,
and as we've talked about almost ad nauseum in that first half, he's the kind of player that could maybe make something out of nothing. And you say he hasn't had a huge impact on the match or hasn't had a lot of good opportunities. It only takes one.
Those are the hardest players to play against. I think they could do nothing for 89 minutes, but they only need one chance, one sniff at goal. And as a striker, you score 1, you win 1-0, then you've done your job.
High cross out of play. Goal kick for Sean Meldon. And we are just off the halftime break, but we talk about this whenever the weather's like this. The heat may play a factor as we carry on here later into the match.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. And I've just seen Rich Fagan send 2 boys out for a warm-up there, so maybe we're looking for some fresh legs sooner rather than later.
Looks like Gloria Amanda and maybe Caden Chung as well, getting limber down to our broadcast right.
We've got Nazim Bartman, who from what I've seen in these couple games has been very sharp. Definitely come on and make an impact.
South African has pace and the ability to score. Here's a good chance for Hopino down the right side, though. Cut it back across the face of goal and just wide of the post. Dangerous from the Frenchman.
Declan Wynn gets caught in 2 minds there, whether to pass it or to clear it. And I think he just needs to get rid of it at that point. He puts himself and his team in danger there, and Hopino probably should have done better.
Bustos and Bevan getting forward. A couple of Reno defenders across to try and close Bustos down, so he played it back to Seiler. DeVries. Pass through towards McKendry, just missed it.
I like that about Francis DeVries. So he wants to wrap that ball in on the ground into his strikers or into his midfield. He's not looking to whack it in behind.
Got a thumbs up from McKendry for the attempt, albeit it wasn't there. Now here's a foot race. Bustos getting forward. Brent Richards quickly back to the ball. Bustos pressures him into putting it out of play. Whitecaps with men forward. Bustos with a little bit of space to work with. Nice for David Norman. Tried to give it back to Bustos. Lack of quality in the pass, though, and now here's the break for Reno. Darting through midfield is Christopher Wehan. He's got Dane Kelly to his left, all alone. Kelly into the box, plays across towards Openo. And that's going to roll out for a throw-in. With that, Dane Kelly to go for goal from there, but he tried to pass to Openo, maybe one pass too many, and the Whitecaps are let off.
Took the words out of my mouth there. I thought 100% he's going to shoot here with his record and his scoring ability, but in the end it was a good cross, but Declan Wind is fantastic to track his runner and get a touch on that.
Remains 0-0.
Starting to liven up a bit here. Game's getting stretched, like I say, some tired bodies out there because of the heat.
And if one side can find a goal, you imagine things open up even more after that. To me, that Kelly chance where he didn't shoot is probably the most promising look at goal that any player has had.
I think so as a whole in the game today, definitely.
If he sees that on film, he might regret his decision, but easy for us to say sitting up here.
Yeah, it's a lot different down there, but I was backing him definitely to at least take the shot on. Sean Melvin does well to come out, and maybe that's what it was, and cut the angle down.
Long throw into the area, headed away. Wynn has it again, though, for Ben McKendry. McKendry tried to play that into the area. Reno dealing with the Whitecaps' advances. And the throw in for Vancouver.
The Whitecaps pressing in numbers and keeping the ball in now. As I said in the first half, they were doing really well. Keep this pressure on. Midfielders are getting the ball a bit more. Marcos Bustos starting to float and getting the ball a bit more.
Continue to pressure, ask questions, and maybe you'll find an answer here. If you can keep it up. It's crossed in towards the back post, just over the head of Bustos. Couldn't quite meet it. Nice ball in. I think that was McKendry that played it across, and Marco Bustos had a little bit more height there. He might have been able to grab it as Caden Chung is going to come in for Ben McKendry. Be interesting to see if this changes Vancouver's shape at all as we get another look at that Bustos chance. Chung, the 18-year-old from Port Coquitlam, here in the Vancouver area. 11 starts and 13 appearances this season.
Looks like Caden Chung is going to come out where Marco Bustos was playing on the right here, and Bustos is just going to fill in front of Seymour and Norman Jr., where Ben McKendry was playing there. So probably Marcos Bustos' favorite position here in terms of getting the ball and creating.
Long look at goal there from Seth Kasipley. Won't test Sean Melvin. Tries to take the goal kick quickly, but is going to have to do it a second time.
That's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. Stopping that. Let the game flow a little bit.
Whitecaps FC 2. After today, don't play again until July the 29th when they visit Orange County SC. Next home match here at Thunderbird on Wednesday, August 2nd against Rio Grande Valley. That'll be a noon game again, just like we saw this past Wednesday. Tickets are available at whitecapsfc2.com. Caden Chung looking to get away up the right side. He does have pace and plays a nice ball into Bustos. Bustos through midfield and a good tackle tracking back by Christopher Wehan. Now here's Seymour getting forward, wins the ball. Bevan caught offside for a moment, has to check his run as Chung holds it in on the near touchline. Chung for a sideline and then back to Chung. Seymour, then Chung plays it infield, no teammates there. He'd like that one back as Reno looks to work on the counter. Dane Kelly. Edge of the area. Could he create something here. Tried to play it across the face of goal. Kasipli onto it now. Back for Felipe. Again to Kasipli. Crosses in. Dealt with by Zator, but the Whitecaps concede a corner kick.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Caden Chung saw there. Obviously, didn't mean to give it away, but puts his team under pressure and now have to defend a corner. It's just a bit of lapse of concentration. They're going to keep the ball in good positions.
It really speaks to how simple mistakes can sometimes change games. I mean, Reno looking to change the game in their favor. With a corner kick in the 61st minute. Crossed in by Kasipli, headed over the bar. Rising to meet that was Brenton Griffiths, already a goal in the season. He has a few words with himself after that one. Was a good chance, clean header, and he just couldn't get down on top of it. Very close, though.
Caden Chung's a happy man right now. That didn't see the back of the net, but regroup from here. The Whitecaps are doing well, playing well, getting on the ball more.
David Norman. Forward to Meyer Bevan. Crunching tackle by Von Niederhauser. And then across to play it out is Bersano. As the Whitecaps continue to try and put Reno under pressure. Concede possession, and here is Hopino the other way. And now a yellow card showed to Thomas Gardner, the first booking of the match. And we have a substitution for Reno. Luis Felipe leaving the match. Coming on for the visitors, he is Brian Brown, wearing number 99. 24-year-old.
Yeah, sorry, it looks like he's moved Hopino out to the right and gone with a 2 up front. Just a flat 2. Brown, Kelly. Going for the win here, I think.
Brown is another striker. And the Whitecaps will have to watch out for both Kelly and Brown, and maybe even Hopino out of midfield as well. As Caden Chung, nice little move there towards the box, cuts it back to Bustos. Now for David Norman. Wide crossed in by Wynn towards Chung, couldn't get there, hit it away instead. Now a foul. A really good spot for a free kick for Whitecaps FC 2.
Didn't think the referee saw that, but he looks like he was going to try and play the advantage. But definitely a free kick. David Norman tries to nick in there and gets fouled.
A good angle at it as the ball came back. I think it was Brown that collided with him. Another change upcoming for the Whitecaps. As we expect the addition of Nazim Bartman in minutes. Here's Bustos going for a goal. Just over the bar.
I'd like to see Bustos test the goalkeeper there. He's got the quality to get on target. Just letting him off the hook a little bit.
Didn't drop for him.
He knows he should have done better.
As Rich Fagan looks to answer the attacking substitution made by Reno. It will be Nazim Bartman. We expect Thomas Gardner to make way. Here are the Whitecaps forward again. Bevan for Bustos, and Lack of execution there. He was looking for Chung out wide. Instead, it's Reno the other way. Kelly, edge of the area, has a long look at goal, but misses the target. And now it will be Bartman on and Gardner off. Nazim Bartman, 23-year-old, Cape Town, South Africa product. His 13th appearance of the season. He does have 1 goal. 4th round pick in the 2017 Super Draft in Major League Soccer. Product of the Academy of South African pro club Super Sport United.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Nazim coming on and making an impact in the games he started as well. He's sharp, he's lively.
And the 2 substitutions for Whitecaps FC 2, Chung and Bartman, both bring one thing: pace.
Real positive substitutions as well. Coach Rich Fagan looking to sees that the Whitecaps are doing well here and really wants to turn the screw and get that goal.
And with 25 minutes or so remaining, all to play for in a 0-0 draw. A chance to try and snatch and grab 3 points. As David Norman will stand behind his free kick. Good cross in, but headed away. Booted away, rather. The Whitecaps again getting forward. Bartman lost possession. Von Niederhausen pressured by Bartman. This will result in a goal kick, but yeah, I've seen the Whitecaps getting forward, trying to close down Reno defenders, not let them have a lot of time on the ball, and try and force them into some mistakes.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the way the Whitecaps have pressed today. Started off, obviously, in the first 10 seconds, almost making a goal from it. Looked lively in the pressing.
Header won by Caden Chung. Bevan knocks it down for Bustos, but with his hand. Quickly take a free kick and a nice little bit of play there by Brent Richards. Darting forward up the left side for Brian Brown. Can he hold it in at the byline? No. Almost got there, but instead it's a goal kick for Whitecaps FC 2. And that could have been dangerous. Just a little bit of a struggle. First touch from Brown, and then he goes tumbling across the byline.
It's tough to stop on this stuff when you go at that pace, but Richards does well down here in the left back position, gets past Chung, wants to attack.
Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Whitecaps trying to play out that left flank. Bevan and Bartman in the vicinity. Bevan with the ball for Bustos. To Bartman. Good spot for Wynn to cross it in, but Richards there to meet it. Reno clears. DeVries looked like he might have been caught for a handball there, but play's going to continue. Bartman darting forward. Lost the ball. Now a free kick for Reno. And Francis DeVries is going to have a chat with match referee Alain Ruth.
Good front foot defending there from Francis DeVries. Like, as I said before, he steps in really well. Might have got lucky if it was a handball or not, but keeps the pressure on top of Reno and keeps the Whitecaps on the front foot going forward.
As we mentioned, a good crowd here in attendance today, in the sense that they are just waiting for a chance to erupt here.
Yeah, like you say, it's a fantastic crowd today. Just want to be excited here with a goal. Game could definitely use one.
Chung from Norman. Back to Seymour and then across for Declan Wynn. And some of the Whitecaps' best attacking opportunities have come through Wynn on that left side, as they have found the space to allow him to cross it in.
It's a major part of Declan Wynn's game, getting up and down, crossing. Not so much Cole Seiler on this right wing. He's naturally a center back, being asked to play on the right back position today, but Declan has that in his game and wants to get forward.
And those opportunities have been there. It's just the Whitecaps too need to take them. And if it stays at 0-0, stays where it sits right now, it'll be a match where we talk about missed opportunities for both sides. Brown went for goal, but blocked away. And a corner kick for Reno. Weehan is going to take it. Good run forward by Brent Richards, but was tracked by Bartman and headed out, and they'll try it again.
Stay switched on these set pieces. It's getting that last 20 minutes. You don't want to switch off and lose a game through a set piece.
Blocked away, but it falls to Kasipli. Snatched at that chance. Could have been dangerous, but didn't test the keeper, Sean Melvin, and again. Forced back into their own half. Some good pace shown near side by Weehan, and even better challenge by Seiler sliding in to snuff out the danger.
Good tackle from Seiler there. Weehan's a tricky little player. He's done well tonight, but Cole Seiler does well to stay with him. And Cole's been really solid today, actually, in terms of winning a few tackles and defensively very sound.
Here's David Norman away to the races in midfield. Bevan in behind, but the flag goes up. He just couldn't time the run. Good job by Merle and Griffiths, the two center backs, to check their line just as Bevan darted ahead.
Yeah, center backs do well to stay in the same line there. Meyer Bevan has to stay on side, and he's in no real rush to get an extra yard. He's quick. David Norman Jr. can find that pass.
Hopino. Forward to Dane Kelly. Can he get around to Vries? He can. Place it in front and touched into the back of goal. There it is. Brian Brown. The visitors lead by a goal to 0 in the 73rd minute. And we talked about it just taking one moment to change the match. It's Dane Kelly that sets up the substitute, Brian Brown.
As I said before, we've got to stay switched on at the back of these two up front of sharp, willing runners in behind, and seen it back yet here, but Francis De Vries gets beat a little bit too easily. Zator's not quite sure where Brown is, and here he is there to tap it in.
Easy finish for number 99. And now the pressure is on Whitecaps 2, trailing by a goal to 0.
Whitecaps can go for it now. Game's opening up a little bit.
It is Brown's first goal of the season, so he adds his name to the lengthy list of Reno players that have opened their account.
I think he's going to have to really say thank you to Dane Kelly, who created that goal for him there. He does well down the right-hand side, spinning Francis De Vries, and has the nous to just slide it across, knowing Brown's there to tap it in.
Put it on a silver platter for him.
Exactly. It's a good goal.
We've talked about the good crowd here in attendance, 1,788 fans. watching this afternoon's proceedings and now hoping that Whitecaps 2 can score in the final quarter of an hour and at least save a single point.
Yeah, you see the fans are waiting for that. It's been lively here today. The kids are enjoying it. The sun's out. Just need a Whitecaps goal to lift the roof of this place here.
Christopher Weehan. And it looked like he was going to go for goal. Tried to play a short pass to Kasipli, who had issues with control of the ball. The Whitecaps will look to get forward, and you wonder whether that goal means that we'll see Thomas Sanner in the next few minutes.
See, Rich Fagan's two subs so far have been positive subs, attacking subs, so there's one left. Probably to stick the big man on up front. Go for that goal. He's got Gloria Amanda on the bench as well with bags of pace and ability too, so see what he decides to do here.
There are options.
Bevan's done well today. He's put a shift in. Gets tiring up there by yourself.
Now here's Kelly again. Goes for goal and touched in front by Hopino, who trailed the attacking run. Couldn't get enough on the ball to really test Melvin too much though. Seymour trying to spray it across for Barton. Didn't have the accuracy he would have liked, but the Whitecaps are in possession again. David Norman can't bring that in.
15 minutes left. The Whitecaps can't afford to be sloppy in possession here. Need to keep the ball. Reno's happy just to keep it and move it around, now being 1-0 up away from home. Having the Whitecaps chase, so can't afford to be sloppy.
And again, Reno, as you said, will be content to wait and maybe look for opportunities on the counter, with the Whitecaps forced to pressure up the park and look in search of an equalizer, rather. Seiler darting down the right side. Rolls it back for Seymour. And Bustos. Cross for Declan Wynn. Can he play across it? Passes to Bartman. Lost the ball to Hopino, ahead for Brown, and Reno will slow the pace here again. Up the near side for Brent Richards. To Kasipli in midfield. Product of the University of California, Berkeley, was the last player drafted in the 2015 MLS Super Draft by Portland Timbers. Spike, the Whitecaps mascot, with the drum, trying to bring the crowd alive here and spur them on to an equalizer.
It's not hard to hear Spike and his drum.
There he is. And the Whitecaps again trying to play out from the back. Win for Bevan. Bartman running forward as well. Bevan does well to keep the ball. Now here's Bartman at the byline, cuts it back to Bustos into the box. Bustos! There it is. His first goal as a member of Whitecaps FC 2, and it brings them back onto level terms in the 79th minute. It's 1-1.
Thoroughly deserved from Meyer Bevan. Like I said before, he's put a great shift in today, working up there solo. What a finish it was as well. Just strikes his foot through it in the corner. Keeper's got no chance. Great technique. But again, thoroughly deserve it. Whitecaps have been better in the second half, and they've, since the goal, have probably had the better of the ball. Just needed to not be so sloppy, and I probably deserve that goal.
Great passage of play, and Bevan, as you said, made no mistake. Thumped that one into the back of goal with authority. ball to play for now. Can the Whitecaps grab another? Bustos cutting forward. Lost the ball. And now it's Dane Kelly with a run the other way. Zator back to try and deal with it. Melvin out to help out. Throw in for the Whitecaps deep in their own half. Here's another look. Nice little play by Bustos just to touch it back to Bevan.
Yeah, great touch from Bustos there. Knowing what's around him. Just the slightest of touches just sets it up for Bevan perfectly. And emphatic finish. Whitecaps go and win it now. Bevan's been really good today. He's held the ball up well. He throws himself about. He presses. He's really up for his first start here.
Would be my choice for a Whitecap man of the match if you were picking one at this point, regardless of the goal. And Bevan wins a free kick and a yellow card shown to Jordan Murrow.
Yeah, Bevan, he's tough. He's willing to fight and scrap with the two center halves. So
Whitecaps win a free kick in a good spot here as a result. Stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific time on SiriusXM FC Channel 85. And don't forget, SiriusXM FC airs the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. It's going to be Bustos getting set to take the free kick, and a curling ball with the left foot into the box with a head on the end of it will be what the doctor ordered for the Whitecaps. Can they deliver? Foul on Bevan and a free kick for Reno instead.
Yeah, referee's waiting to give a free kick there. So much clutching and grabbing the set pieces in the modern game now. It is tough for referees, but once he's got his eye on you and he's warned you, there's not much he can do and you can't complain.
There are attacking threats for both sides. Here's Hopino, one of them for Reno. Plays it across and headed just over and wide by Christopher Weehan, who we've talked about throughout the afternoon, has been one of Reno's bright stars and almost snatched a winning goal.
Just a little bit behind him. It's tough to get the power and redirect it from there. But as you say, Weehan's been he's been everywhere today, up and back, and wants the ball and helps create with his team. So been impressed with him too.
Zator back in possession for Vancouver. And the Whitecaps win a throw-in. Seiler plays it ahead towards Bevan, who wins the ball. No, it's called a handball. He might have been away to the races there, and now he's going to get booked for throwing the ball away. A needless yellow card there. Albeit late on in the match here with only 7 minutes to go in normal time. Headed on by Brown. Kelly pressuring DeVries, but he and Zator are able to deal with the pressure from one of the top scorers in USL. Now Norman called for a foul. A free kick coming here to be taken by Weehan. '84th minute. Here's Weehan crossing it into the back post. Melvin across to claim it. Can the Whitecaps get forward quickly on the counter? Good job by Seiler. Very nearly gave the ball away, but instead plays it through for Caden Chung. Here's Chung with all sorts of pace. Cutting into the middle of the park. Looked to find Bartman, but a good job by Hopino coming back, and then Bartman wins the ball back. battle for possession. Hopino wins a free kick. Good work by Nazim Bartman, though.
A good forward run from Caden Chung, though. Probably just not enough on the pass there. But again, Bartman pressing, and it's obviously part of Rich Fagan's plan today to press high up and high intensity.
Chung does have that explosive pace that he can sometimes showcase, as he did there.
Yeah, we said that a couple of weeks ago. We were really looking for Caden Chung to get back to that form he showed last season, and that's what made him such a dynamic player. Getting at people, getting at other back fours and midfields.
19 appearances in his first full season last year, 2016. And now a free kick and a chance for Reno. Kasipli. With his right foot. Dealt with calmly by the Caps. And now they win possession. Here's Chung ahead for Bustos. This could be dangerous. Bustos for Bartman. Tried to play it through. Chung was making a good run there. Norman can't get onto the ball, and Reno do a good job of preventing the Whitecaps from what looked like a good break up the park.
Yeah, wrong decision from Nazim Bartman for me. Myra Bevan was the pass on, wide left. Just keep it simple, not force it.
Only a few minutes of normal time remaining. Brent Richards, the Portland product. 6 games played for Portland Timbers in MLS. A little bit of trouble for the Whitecaps in front of goal, though. Declan Wynn there to mop up. And DeVries clears away that cross. Brenton Griffiths back to it. Gives away possession. Here come the Caps. No, they play it out. As the match slows to a bit of a grinding halt here. The Whitecaps have to try and grab something. Here's a good run by Bevan in behind. He's stayed onside. He's got the ball too. Can he get some support? The answer is no. But that was positive. And the Whitecaps win the ball back again. And here they come. Win for David Norman. In towards Bevan. Blocked away by Merle. Ball still loose. Falls to Bartman. He'll go for goal with his right foot and miss wide.
Great defending there from Reno's Merle. He sees the danger of Bevan. Great run to the near post. Declan Wynn spots him. Sorry, David Norman Jr. picks him out, but great defending.
And then Bartman might have had more time than he realized to go for goal, and as a result,
didn't quite sit for him, did it?
Misses the target. But since the goal, the Whitecaps have looked the more positive team since the equalizer. Can one of these two sides go on and win it here in the closing moments? Merle will roll it back to the keeper, Bersano. And as the visitors, you know, Reno will be more content with a draw than Vancouver will. As you know, they'd love to end that 6-match winless run. Ball forward towards Brown down the near side. Zator pressures him, and it's played out for a corner kick. And Reno getting set to make a substitution here. It is going to be Brent Richards coming off and Jimmy Ockford coming on. Ockford, a product of Yardley, Pennsylvania, 25 years of age. Played college soccer at Louisville. And was with Seattle Sounders as well as Melvin grabs that corner kick. Quickly forward to David Norman. Cuts it back to Bevan. Spotted Bustos. Couldn't connect with him though. Now Merle. Back for Kasipli. Across to LaGrassa. And on the challenge there is Bartman called for a foul. 3 minutes of time added on here as we reach the end of the 90.
See if this game's got anything left in it. Last couple minutes. See if either team can nick a winner.
If it remains this way, it'll be a match where in some respects both teams are content with a draw, and in some respects they'll feel like they left something out there.
Yeah, I mean, a draw away from home for Reno is probably a good result from what they're thinking, but see they're chasing those top couple teams. And they're winning, but the Whitecaps need this almost for confidence.
Bustos. Lovely ball. Here's Seiler. He'll cross it in. Cleared away. Corner kick for Vancouver. And Seiler timed his run perfectly. Bustos did well to find him, and now it's down to David Norman Jr. Whether he can whip a ball in off this corner kick that can create a match winner. Norman sends it in, falls to the back post, and grabbed by Bersano. As one of the Whitecaps got a touch on it there, couldn't see exactly who it was. Not enough to trouble Bersano too much. And now Bartman called for a foul on Hopinam.
Chance here for Reno, sending everyone forward. Last kick of the game almost, but it's worth a chance.
Whipped in by Weehan, grabbed by Melvin. He dropped it as he fell to the ground, but foul on him there.
Melvin does well. I think he's been solid again today, coming for crosses. Always helps as a defender and a back four when you've got the confidence in your keeper that knowing he's going to come out. It gives a big loud shout.
Only seconds remaining here as Melvin plays that long. Chung looking to head it on. Falls to Dane Kelly instead, looking to cut back. Declan Wynn plays that safely out into touch. Now Kasipli looking to hit across. He does, and headed over by Kelly. And that'll very likely be the end of the match here. With only seconds to go. That was dangerous, though. Whitecaps won't want to have conceded such a chance to one of the top scorers in the league so late on.
Especially with three defenders around him. Good cross, and we should have done better with the header there, though. Final whistle.
And a 1-1 draw for Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 and Reno 1868 FC. It was a match that had chances both ways. A goal for each side as well, and they'll share the points this afternoon. We'll be back on the other side with the final match stats and highlights from UBC's Thunderbird Stadium.
And once you go upstairs, the second level is basically split in two halves. One is the first team half, and then the other is WFC2 and Academy. So it creates a separation and aspirational motivation to move towards the first team side.
first class, man. First class. They thought of everything. And they put me next to a bunch of these Americans in here, so I might need to change that up. Yo hablo español, so... Oh, I'm next to the goalkeeper. That definitely needs to change.
Come on. No, everything is controlled by this locker room right here. So every morning you have to come and tell me what music we want.
So far, it's really nice. The locker room's great. The locker room's really good. Definitely surprised a bit. Definitely surprised. I'm really happy with it.
It's a European style with a lot of technology, and obviously for us, how the club is taking care of the players, giving us the tools to step every day in training with everything we need is fantastic.
Yeah, very nice.
I've never seen anything like it.
No? See, European style. Like open, you can see face to face.
I've never seen anything like it.
It finishes all square this afternoon at UBC's Thunderbird Stadium. Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 and Reno 1868 FC share the points, tied at a goal apiece through 90 minutes. The end of the match here today. A warm afternoon, and a goal by Meyer Bevan for Vancouver saves points for them. Lots of shots in this one, only a couple on target for each of the two sides. Possession pretty well split right down the middle. Whitecaps had more opportunities off corner kicks. But just get the one goal from Bevan to earn a single point in their streak of their winless run, rather, extends now to 7 games. As we take a look at the highlights from the game here this afternoon. Whitecaps had an early chance in the first half as Bustos darted forward and created a great opportunity for Meyer Bevan, and McKendry in there as well. All sorts of commotion in the box. Reno able to clear it away. That was by far the best opportunity for either side in the first half. In the second half, it was the visitors that struck first, and some great work by Dane Kelly, one of the leading scorers in USL this year. Cuts it across to the substitute Brian Brown, who scores his first of the season. A tap-in, if I ever saw one, and it was 1-0 for Reno. At that point, Whitecaps would answer back. Good passage of play. Meyer Bevan getting it forward. Declan Wynn, Nazim Bartman, Marco Bustos, and then Bevan again into the back of goal. His first as a member of Whitecaps FC 2, and it ends up being vital in saving a single point for the home side this afternoon at the University of British Columbia, and it'll give Bevan confidence going forward in the season. He has had some good looks of late, and to find the back of goal will be nice for him, and it'll be nice for the team to earn the point this afternoon. That does it for our broadcast here today. For David Edgar, I'm Brendan Batchelor saying thanks for joining us and good afternoon from the Point Grey campus of the University of British Columbia.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.